All right, let's start it up. We are back with another game of Deceiving. We're playing Yumi here today, and well, let's get right to it. The reason we're playing Yumi, if you watch this channel a lot, or even a little, but you won't see a lot of Yumi. She's by far the most,
Wait.
or sorry, the least recorded agent on the channel, and also the one I've played the least by like far. She has like half as much playtime as the next person. Oh, he stopped. I thought he was gonna go all the way to the green room. So I don't really like playing Yumi too much. That's what that boils down to. Oh, nice. We saved our intel. That means we can gamble. But on top of that, right now, she's in a really bad spot. So I thought I would do my best in some games here and try to talk about that. Because well, a little bit ago, we did a Sasori video where I complained a lot about the current state of Sasori. And I figured, you know what? Yumi deserves one of these too. So here we go. Right now, we're running what might be the only Yumi build. That's the kind of thing we're talking about here. There's 3 in there, and I have 8. I think if I hack this, we're okay. I'm just gonna have to take out some guards, which will be interesting. And go. You can hack this, and then once our cover is back, we'll get that. Perfect. Okay, 6. We just have to find 2 more intel, which like isn't easy, but not impossible either, hopefully. Oh boy, this was suddenly looking like a bad plan. There's probably, oh, there's 3. Okay, well, there's someone right outside this, but there's not much I can do. There's a cavalier. But yeah, let's talk about the Yumi build while we're safe-ish. So this is weapon 1 Yumi. When we charge the shot here, we're gonna hit for like 34 to the body or like 50 to the head. We're probably not gonna hit the head. And uncharged, I believe if we just land an uncharged body shot, it's like 20 something damage, 22. And I'm not sure what an uncharged headshot is. I think it's also in the 30s, but it doesn't really matter to me because I'm never gonna hit the headshot. So, yeah, we just won't. So, how I'm gonna try to use this, whether it's correct or not, is just like 3 charged body shots for the kill. It's not gonna be the fastest kill in the entire world, but it'll work. We're gonna go it this way. We can't jump up there. I swear you used to be able to, and then they made it so you couldn't. But I might be crazy. But we did get a purple, which is our hack speed, so we can just get all these real quick, which is nice. We didn't get a blue, but we didn't have the intel for it. So yeah, weapon-wise, other options for Yumi. This is obviously we charge and we shoot a pellet, right? We'll talk weapon 3-wise. It's the same thing. It just hits harder, takes longer to charge. Like. Oh, there's another fight, I think. Oh, there's a Hans. Picard on the ground. Dibs. That is in A. Let's see what I can do. Oh, we did hit the head, but it didn't really matter because they had 1 HP.
I'll try opening these doors.
Okay, well, now we have everything, and that's 2 calves out of the game. There was like 3 calves this game, and I was terrified, but hey, that works. We're just gonna go away, because we did B and A, so we can just hit EDC. So yeah, her weapon 3 is a lot like this weapon, except it like fires further. Basically, it does less uncharged, but more charge damage, and it takes a long time to charge. This one takes like 0.9 seconds. And the weapon 3 takes like 1.5 seconds. But you do get an 80 damage headshot on that 1.5 second charge time and a 52 damage body shot. So it only takes 2, but it's a really big commitment. So, like, it's something we kind of see a lot is that the weapon 3, not, I don't want to say the weapon 3 is usually a precision weapon, but there usually is a precision weapon. I straight up saw that and walked into it. Just gonna stand here in case we need to. Bounce pad up. Oh, that was not great. Oh my goodness. Someone explain that to me. Did I not shoot that?
Aw,
Cool, we hit the
that
3
hurt
shots.
you. I need this more than
Were you the one with the tripwire? Yeah, okay, good. And then a weapon 2 is actually a really cool weapon that I used to actually enjoy. Well, I don't want to say enjoy, but I enjoyed it the most out of all of her weapons. It was called the split shot, and when she shot the, well, it's still the same. I don't know why I said was, but when she shoots the marble, it splits into 5, and it's basically a shotgun version of this weapon. It doesn't do headshot damage like all shotguns in this game don't, and it was pretty cool. But what's happened with that weapon is I'm pretty sure it's bugged right now because there's been a change, and I'm gonna try to remember to overlay some footage. This seems like a good spot because nothing's happening, about like the old one from an old video, because I used to be able to spam it. Not spam it, because you can't spam it. For reasons I'll hopefully get into.
They probably have a lot of security equipment.
But yeah, it was pretty cool. But unfortunately, it's been nerfed pretty heavily recently, and it also seems to be bugged. I hope. Because what you should have seen or see, I don't exactly know where I'm going to put it, is you can no longer spam it. So you used to be able to like tap your mouth, I don't want to say rhythmically, but like on the beat of the fire rate, and it would fire every single time. Now it like tries to charge for a little split second, like 0.1 or 0.2 seconds, like every time you do that. So you end up shooting a little bit after you intend to, at least I do. And it's super awkward and feels really bad. So I think it's just bugged, and then it keeps trying to charge when it's not supposed to. But because I checked the old patch notes, and there's nothing about like adjusting the fire rate or anything on the weapon. But yeah, the reason also you have to tap it like on a beat and not just like spam it is because this is a long-standing Yumi bug, which is super frustrating, but it's also a bug, so there's not much that can be done. Like, I'm sure they're looking into it, but it must be really complicated. If you spam click the Yumi thing, you will just lose your ability to shoot at all. So you can't actually spam it, like just rapidly click the mouse. You have to actually like tap it on the fire rate. And I used to actually, not to brag, again, not a Yumi mag, but not a Yumi main, but I used to be fairly decent at like tapping it on the fire rate and getting a decent like cadence of shots going out. That was the one thing I felt I could do on the weapon. And, yeah, that was pretty good, but now you just can't do that because the weapon 2 feels kind of bugged, and it's not really worth doing on the other 2 weapons. So that's all about our weapons and their current state. That's not the cav. That would be crazy. But I guess there's 1 cavalier left. We did say there was 3, and we've only seen 2. No real point in me changing disguise. So yeah, that's why we went in the weapon 1, because the charge time's fairly low. We can kill someone in 3 charge shots. Well, if they don't have a health chip. And the weapon 2 feels really buggy and doesn't quite do as much damage. And the weapon 3, you'd have to charge forever, but it does good damage if you do get the charge. Not saying you necessarily will, though.
Agent detection mode started.
Am I crazy? Okay, I guess they're not in here. So yeah, that's all about the weapon and why this is kind of the only weapon choice right now, if you can even consider it that. It still takes 3 charge shots to kill someone, and you gotta charge for a second, almost 0.9. Which means your time to kill is almost 3 seconds no matter what, which is fairly long in this game. It like, no joke, it just is. So that's all about this weapon. And then we're running the heal bubble, which we haven't had to throw yet, though we haven't been against the Cavalier yet. Do I just want to take this fight? No, it's a Cavalier. I think most of the fights we can take against Cav are just gonna be bad. They run over here? Okay, they didn't run right over. But the heal bubble, we load up a pellet. You can see the pellet's green now.
Rival agent detection mode.
Jeez, okay.
Boom shakalaka laka.
Okay. I'll take 3 damage.
Rival agent detection mode activated. Initializing rival agent detection mode.
Oh boy. Okay, we got it. Okay. Whew. Jeez. We still almost died because I missed literally 1 shot.
Don't get up. I'm just
That's what we're being about there. I missed, I think, 1 shot and we almost died because of it. But that was the heal bubble. You can see it explodes into a big zone of healing, and you heal while you're within it. Unless you're getting shot, then you don't actually heal. It turns that off for a little bit, which is interesting and means it's only useful if you can make a little wall, like we went into that little corner. That's why we have the shield, so we can be behind that and get some healing. But I think it's still a good ability and potentially only expertise. But let's go to our game number 2 and keep, I guess, going over what Yumi does and doesn't do right now, and I'll try to give some final thoughts on the current state of the character, but I'll see you guys right there. Alright, sound clips for game 2 here. This is not the very next game, but I did get a cool clip I wanted to add, so when I'm editing, hey, me in the future, please put the clip in. There's a clip of what it looks like to fight Cavalier as Yumi right now, and one of the reasons I'm kind of, I don't want to say making this video, but one of the reasons I'm doing this at all. So roll the clip. Want to go out there. That's a Cav. I don't know how long the clip is, so I hope that was a long enough pause. Yeah, and I'm not saying Yumi should beat Cavalier in a straight up fight like that. I don't really think she should. I don't know if anyone should beat Cavalier in a fight like that, or anyone can. But it's just one of those things where it's like, that's the situation we're currently in, and I'm using what I think is the best Yumi loadout I can come up with, at least. And it just wasn't, there just wasn't a chance. But we were talking about expertises, and we're going to continue that before I try to go over some final thoughts. Okay. So, her expertise, we saw the expertise 2, we know what that's all about. The expertise 1, however, is an offensive version of the... What is happening? Of like a similar idea, right? It's gonna, you fire a bullet, it plumes into an effect. The effect on her weapon 1 is a slow. It plumes into a giant slowing field. And then it also... Oh boy. Oof, that heal field coming in clutch there, and we can heal up while we're in it. And Doug's holding the door. Alright, all that worked out great. The reason we won that is because she led with the kiss. Not gonna lie, if she could have shot me like 11 times, there's 22 bullets in that gun. She shoots like maybe 9 times and then throws the kiss. I think we just lose. She wasn't close enough to do that. But we also landed a headshot. We didn't need to. It didn't change the damage. We still had to hit it with 3 charge shots. But one of them was the headshot. I get to feel good about that. Anyway, let's talk EMP. So yeah, it's a big slow field, and it also breaks gadgets in its field, which is Yumi's kind of thing. Her gimmick. And that's kind of cool, right? Like, it prevents shield, it prevents bounce pad, it prevents all gadgets. Technically, they can put them down in it, but what actually happens is they just kind of explode instantly. But you could still technically put your gadget down. So, but yeah, no gadget field, giant slow field. It's pretty good. It meets like the okay tier for me. Like, it's good. It has the same problem as like all of Yumi's expertise though, is that you have to load them, right? Like, you got to load in the slingshot, so your fire rate kind of comes into account here, which is super awkward.
Neat.
Especially on an offensive one. On this one, it's not too bad, right? Because we're trying to get into like a corner or out of line of sight somewhere to actually use our heal bubble, since if we're getting shot, we're not healing, right? It turns that healing off. I don't need intel, but if there is some, I'll take it.
Congratulations. You have found Vault Terminal.
So it's an okay one. I think it's usable, but the pellet you actually fire doesn't do as much damage as your normal shots. So you're investing a whole shot into like, it's about half damage-ish. Half damage, but body shot only. I think. I don't think it headshots. You're getting this slow field out of it, which I don't think overall is really worth it, but it's not awful. The real one to talk about is expertise 3. There's no way we gamble here. There's literally only one thing we need, and it would be a gamble loss.
Make it a game out.
I thought we could just gamble for fun. Not quite enough
So
intel. We gotta go to C. So expertise 3 is called the EMP Flock. You get 3 of these EMPs, so when you turn it on, instead of just one thing, you load one of them, but you load 1, 2, 3, one after another, so your next 3 shots become these shots. They're just like the other EMP, except a lot smaller, and by just like, I mean not just like, I guess. Because they're smaller, and you still shoot them at people, but instead of slow, it neutralizes them. That looked super awkward. Maybe it's fine. So neutralize also a very good ability. Also, it has the advantage of if you hit someone with the pellet, it sticks to them, so they can't actually leave the field. And with the base EMP, they can just walk out of it slowly, of course, because they're slowed, but they can just walk out of it. With the EMP Flock, they get neutralized and it sticks to them, so they can't just leave it. All right, someone was here.
You have wasted your time. There is no Vault Terminal here.
Don't need to waste any more of my time because we have everything. The problem with it, again, it doesn't do as much damage, and you're not locked into 3 of them. If you've seen Vigil, right, you can like similar idea. You hit the button, you like use 1 and then turn it back off. It's just really clunky to use though. Also, we're heading over to A, so we may not survive the rest of this match. But like normally in solos, at least you only want 1 of these things, and it gives you 3, so you have to like turn it on, use it, and then turn it off, and also you're moving, dodging, and trying to like, you know, win the fight. Now do I still go to A? I guess we can chill here and we can see both secret exits. I can't get, oh, both are on my screen at the same time now, but chill a moment, see if anything happens here. This isn't the most, but yeah, that expertise, basically, I am really not a fan of that one. I think it could use a big change in how it works. Or if it had an actual, like, I'll call it like an ammo count. No, that's in A, right? Oh no, that's this one. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say we know A is the purple, but we actually know A is not a purple because we visited all the purples. But if it was on 1, you didn't have to turn off, you just turned it on, but you could turn it on like 3 times. Like it was almost like the tripwire gadget. That would be a lot cooler, I think. So this one just got deactivated. I think that is from someone DCing, probably at the start of the game, because I think people usually spawn there. And there was no body. Anyway, let's do the passive. We have passive 1, which is by far her strongest because your gadgets come back 65% faster, which is just crazy, right? You get shield back. Once it's broken, you get it back super quick. Bounce pad, you get it back super quick. I actually checked. There's 10 gadgets. 7 of them recharge, so you know it's possible this does nothing for you if you pick the two of the 3 gadgets that don't break. Spyglass, Hack Trap, and Holomimic. But other than that, you're getting at least one of your gadgets, probably both, back way faster than your opponents are, which is big. This is a great ability. It's just as good as the gadgets you select, and shield is a gadget. Why did I just do that? So yeah, that is the best passive. And then the other 2 passives, I'll be honest, are pretty much unusable. Okay, that's the victory. I guess we're not going to finish our Yuumi talk, but hopefully you get the general idea. 2 of her passives are really bad. One of her expertise is kind of really bad, and the other one of them's only okay. And except for this weapon, which does fine, except against Cavalier, the other 2 are either super buggy right now or just not good enough in damage, and even this one may not be good enough in damage. So I think Yuumi needs some help right now. Which is crazy for me to say because I'm not a fan of playing against or playing Yuumi, but she is just by far maybe not by far, but the worst character right now to play in solos, in my opinion, and I wanted to bring it up. So hopefully I remember to insert all the clips where I said I would, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Do comment on your thoughts and like the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe for receiving content like this in the future.